Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, Wendy's delivering all of the latest sizzling hot topics. And actress and R&B star Brandy is here. She's making her Broadway debut in Chicago and treating us to a special sneak peek live performance. Plus, have you been watching every day? Wendy's calling someone at home to give away more big money as our spring cha-ching continues. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you! Hi! Yeah! Yeah! Thank you for watching! Welcome to the show! Give it up to my co-host, my studio audience! How you doing? I'm doing well. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Okay, so, you know, here at the show, I do the show, but if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I also do an after show every day, after the show. Sometimes I'm in my robe, and thank you, and my face is scrubbed, and I'm just talking to you about the show and life. So yesterday, I was talking to the after show and telling them that Rosie O'Donnell did get back to us. Unfortunately, it was at 10:57, so the credits were rolling, so I didn't get a chance to tell you guys who are watching, and I forgot to tell the after show what she said. She said, thanks, basically. Yeah, you know, because I'm Team Rosie, and, you know, this whole custody battle thing is getting really ugly, and now it's getting downright funky. All right, so here's what's going on. You know, Rosie's wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, Michelle, wants sole custody of their adopted 2-year-old daughter. And she said something to the effect of, for the betterment and welfare of the child. Well, I don't know what Rosie does behind closed doors, you know? So I can't speak on that. But what I can say is that Rosie's people are claiming that Michelle is just doing this to get child support, which would be a lot, because the prenuptial agreement that they have is ironclad. So whatever Michelle gets, that's all she gets. Remember, they met online at the Starbucks. Just saying. So last night, Michelle went to ET and talked about Rosie and wanting nothing to do with Rosie's money. Just take a look. And while you're looking, notice how you don't come off as likable, Michelle. I'm just saying, roll the tape.
There are people who say, Michelle, this isn't about custody, this is about money. What do you say to that?
Those people don't know me very well. I made my first million before the age of 39. That was before I met Rosie. I don't need Rosie's money. I don't want Rosie's money. None of the houses were in my name. None of the cars were in my name. Nothing was in my name. Prenup money means nothing to me. I will walk away from the prenup if Rosie will give me full custody.
She might walk away from the prenup, but let's not forget she wouldn't walk away from child support. Yeah. And Rosie is worth $100 million, and Rosie is not going to be, cheap with this child. Although Rosie could give her sole custody because she's got 4 or 5 more at home, kids. Anyway, Michelle shouldn't have gone on ET. It made her look very, very lowbrow. And if I were the judge, I would use this footage and hold it against her. You don't want Rosie's money? Then give Rosie back her money. And if I were the judge, I would also not award sole custody to either one of them. It would be joint custody because I can't figure out the household. Or they could always send the child back to the adoption agency. Jokes, everybody, jokes. Isn't that what you come here for? All right, that's not the biggest part of this story. The biggest part of the story is that she's really enjoying, Michelle is, her newfound fame. Look what she was doing the other day. Uh-huh. Now look, this to me is a direct slap in Rosie's face because clearly this is how she comes off to me. She knows Rosie's worth $100 million, jackpot, they're in the Starbucks line. Rosie's probably not her body type on account of all that meat. Excuse me? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Michelle seems to appreciate a sexier woman as opposed to a funny woman. Now, this woman right here, Bubbles, but like Michelle is holding her like, and I'm so sorry for Rosie. Like, this is I would use this in the court of law too, somehow. I don't know that she's doing anything illegal, but I would still bring it to court. Okay, so the woman that you want to know, the Kim K lookalike with the big giant fake teeth. Well, they look giant and fake. Anyway, she's a model, but isn't everyone? And she's the one, she claims herself that she's the one who broke up Jason Derulo and Jordan Sparks. So that's the kind of girl she is. She's proud of breaking people up. She's also dated Reggie Bush. So we see Reggie has a type, right? Anyway, Rosie, again, I'm still on your side. That could change, by the way, at any moment. Because everybody who watches this show knows I waffle, but I blame it on being a woman. And to me, when you're a woman, we're allowed to change our mind about anything. Okay, so. I haven't changed my mind about Sofia Vergara and Nick Loeb and the battle over the embryo. Now, I am pro-choice. I'll just put that right out there, okay? I am pro-choice, but I will tell you one thing. As soon as you know the sex, that becomes not some embryo. It's a viable child. And I had no idea that you could find the sex of an embryo when they're that lima bean sitting in a petri dish up in the freezer. 2 girls in the dish. Right, exactly. Two little girls with pigtails and a jump rope. I'm just saying. So remember, he's suing her for the right to keep the frozen embryo. Nick is also very, very pro-life. He believes that life starts at inception, which many people do. He wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times to get the public on his side. And, you know, some of the things that he said, which, not for nothing, this makes a lot of sense. Tommy, he goes, you know, how come a woman is allowed to bring a baby full term if the man doesn't want the baby at all, but a man can't bring 2 girls with pigtails and jump rope to full term, even if the woman doesn't want them? I was like, oh my God. And I'll just remind you very quickly that Nick comes from a very, very wealthy family. He's very wealthy in his own right. So this is not about Sofia's money. They were together for 4 years, and they tried to have a baby the natural way twice. I think she had a miscarriage once. The surrogate? Okay. So anyway, but they tried twice and it failed. So the 3rd time they tried was just 6 months before they broke up, and that's when they farmed the dish. Listen, there are some mistakes that you just have to live with, and I think that Nick has every right to have these babies, and then some of my... I hate to say that, but you know, because I hate to say that, but he has every right. And then some of my less than smart staffers who don't have children, so they're just quick to assume that you can just have kids at any time that you want these days. Don't we all know people who are struggling to have kids? Whether it's that the man has a problem or the woman has a problem. But a lot of times when people don't have kids, they just assume that, you know, it's just as easy as the old in and out. So anyway, so these staffers were saying, well, why can't Nick just do away with the dish? I said, because first of all, they're 2 little girls. That's number one. And second of all, because they said, you know, he's young enough. You know, men can have babies all the way up until like they're 75, 80 years old. But no, not if they have a penile problem. And we don't know him. We don't know him to have a penile problem. But what I'm saying is, what if he does away with the girls in the dish, and then realizes later in life, oh my gosh, I'm shooting blanks. Do you understand what I'm saying? So clap if you, and also Joe Manganiello and Sofia Vergara, who they're a gorgeous couple, but me, along with a few of my staffers, don't think that they will make it down the aisle. I think that this is a beautiful relationship. It's doing great for his career as well. Well, she already had a great career. He had a good career, but now with her, it just adds the extra hot sauce on his reputation. But I never thought that they'd make it down the aisle, even before the girls in the dish. But now with the girls in the dish, do you know what the fighting must be like at their house? First of all, the word in the street is that, you know, she's a hothead, allegedly, which, you know, many women break vases and throw shoes. You know, clap if that's you. Okay? Okay. But imagine being a hothead along with having an attitude because the girls are in the dish and your ex wants to bring them to full term. And then imagine Joe dealing with all that. You know what, Sofia? I'm sorry, but this is your fault. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because long before scoundrel antics like what's going on with them now happen, you see scoundrel in your man. I can tell you when I saw the scoundrel in him, okay? It was when you were shooting that movie with Reese Witherspoon down south. The movie, look, check, no. The movie comes out this weekend? It's like a Thelma and Louise type movie, but it's her and Reese and they were down south. You should have known at that point when Nick showed up on the set trying to get a part in the movie, behind your back. Behind her back! Like he's an opportunist, and it's not about the money. What people opportune off these days, I find, is the fame. Like everybody wants to be famous. Oh, Sofia, lie on that sword. Grey's Anatomy fans are coming for... They are coming for Shonda Rhimes. There's an online petition about why do you have to kill off Patrick Dempsey. Already 92,000 people have signed it. Clap if you would like to sign it. Okay. We all know Patrick Dempsey, along with Grey, are the main people. I know it's an ensemble cast, but secretly there's only 2 stars. Okay? And you killed off a main star. Chandra, I was waiting to see whether this would come around and bite you. And unfortunately, it has. Now, what you should have done, boss lady, is, and you know, all right, she doesn't like diva antics on the set, but I think that she could have put on her big girl panties and waited for his contract to be up. He just signed a 2-year contract in 2014. So just hold your breath. The contract will be over in 2016. You know, dress him down in your office, but don't make the fans suffer, because the fans are pissed. On one hand. On the other hand, she's the boss, so she can do what she wants, but not at the detriment of you guys. Yes. Now, you still will watch the show, won't you? Yes. Okay, clap if you're done. You're not gonna even watch the 2 hours tonight? What? All right, clap if you're watching the 2 hours tonight. Clap if you're not watching the 2 hours tonight and not watching ever again. Well, Shonda, that's 50-50. The backlash could hurt the show. And also, a little bit of compassion for a man who lost his mother to cancer after she was suffering for a long time in 2014. Then his soon-to-be his ex-wife blindsided him with a divorce in 2014. Of 15 years they were married. He did not see it coming. He has children and everything. You know, just a little bit of compassion for those things. And, you know, Dempsey, and you could have met Shonda in the middle and stopped what they're saying, your diva antics and your huge ego. Okay, you know how I say woman, right to change your mind? That includes like hot guys or not hot guys. Like, I'll be honest with you, I could never understand what it was about Colin Farrell. You know, because like women, like I mean, he's not bad looking, but he's just, like I would walk past him at the mall. Do you know what I mean? Like just, he you know, anyway, but now I love him. And he could get it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, first of all, he says that he hasn't dated in a very, very long time because he's so busy with his sons. I know, all right, so I'm softening at that. And as far as dating, that doesn't mean he's not getting it from somewhere. It's just that he's not dating. But guess what I was told? Number one, he has a nice package. So nice, look, come here. Look. It's so nice and obscene, we had to blur it out. And this is not his normal body. He lost a lot of weight for a movie role. Now, he's 5'10", which is tall by Hollywood standards. I can crouch down a little bit. And he loves older women. I mean, older women. He and Liz Taylor had a romantic relationship right before Liz died, and she died at 79. But doesn't that make you love him even more? Like, when you know you stand a chance, that's like a turn on. And also, he had a sex tape with a black woman. Okay? So, and there she is. And might I add, she doesn't look like a Hollywood skinny girl. She looks like a meaty bone, which means we all have a chance with Colin Farrell. Yay! Oh, all of a sudden, He does look good. Karina Smirnoff, what a disaster. Unfortunately, you put that out there, and then when you date a new guy, he's gonna Google you, and he's gonna see that, and he's gonna look at you as being so damaged. Okay, she talked to People Magazine. We've discussed this on Hot Topics, but she's discussing it again in People Magazine. She says that she's in therapy because she's had 3 failed engagements. Now, 1 failed engagement is one thing. 3 and a therapist is a problem. Okay? Like, and unfortunately, because she's famous, she can never hide this from, men who want to date her. Because if you date a famous person and you don't Google them before you go out with them, you are a fool. Okay? But for the rest of the people watching right here, don't tell anybody, don't tell your new date that you've had 3 failed engagements. Because all they're gonna wanna do is hit it and scram. You're not a keeper, because you're crazy. You're crazy. And she's 39 years old, and one of the things that she was saying in People Magazine is that, she wants to be a wife and a mother so much that a lot of times she gets in relationships and she rushes things along to that wife and mother role, and I guess maybe that scares guys off. Along with, I picture her being a real hothead. You know what I mean? Real hothead. Throwing shoes and crying and stuff. She's not on Dancing with the Stars anymore. I don't know what she's doing other than being therapized and trying to figure out, how she can fix that. Remember she was engaged to Maxim? And she came here and she left her engagement ring in the hotel room. Like, nobody newly engaged, if they really want it, you sleep with that ring. As a matter of fact, you sleep like this. Right? Oh, I have a headache. Oh, do you have any aspirin, Suzanne?
Not on me, no.
Please.
Brendan will bring some out.
Thank you, Suzanne.
You're welcome.
Happy Mother's Day in advance, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you. Same to you.
What are you going to be doing?
Hopefully my husband and my children will take me out for brunch.
Well, no, not hopefully. They do exactly what we want on our day.
And they're taking me to
Isn't
brunch.
that how it goes? Like,
And buying me.
when I
jewelry.
became a mom, oh, thank you, Brendan. You're a lovely man.
He is a lovely man. A lovely father.
Yep. They're married. They met on the Rosie O'Donnell show when they used to work there.
Yes.
And now they work here, and we love them.
Yeah, oh, thank
Most
you.
of the time.
Thank you.
So now look. So you're going for brunch?
Yes.
I like to stay in the house.
Yeah.
And I tell them, leave the house and don't come back until the sun goes down. Don't cook me breakfast, just leave the remote next to me.
I like that idea.
Anyway, Mother's Day is next weekend, or this coming weekend. Next weekend, yeah. So if you haven't gotten a gift for your mother yet, it is not too late. I'm here to help you. Burlington is the place to be. Why? This little number was only $24.99. Okay, at Burlington. And it's made of good scuba material, like a scuba suit. Yeah, I'll let you touch it during the commercials. Look, they also have some really fabulous home decor. I mean, like, ta-da! Look at this vase. It's beautiful. And how about a Mother's Day mug? It has all the sayings and words that mean something about your mother. Fun, loving. I don't see sarcastic. Anyway, Burlington, you are absolutely fabulous. So be sure that you head over to Burlington and save up to 65% off department store prices every day. And happy Mother's Day in advance.